Hi, welcome back everyone. This is Professor Scott Duarte, and it is summertime. That's why I'm so casual. Class let out about 2 weeks ago. I am sorry that I am quite delinquent in getting this out to you. The students' final assignments have been out on YouTube and on the web page eslstudentpublications.com for the past couple weeks. But as for the podcast and that you can get off of Dig or iTunes, it'll be following my this little mini podcast, and I apologize again for that. Okay, so the final assignment for the students was to create a documentary, and the lead-in to creating a documentary was different from what they experienced with the music video and what they experienced with the advertisements, and I'll tell you how. Now, if you go back and watch about the music video, the lead-in unit was on filmmaking process. So the students had academic listenings and note-taking activities based around how to make films, and note-taking on filmmaking tutorials found on the internet, mainly IES A videos. Now for the advertisements, the students had a unit, a theme based unit on advertising, where they again took notes to academic lectures based around what is advertising, components of advertisements, and so forth. And so that led into them creating their own advertisement. Now for documentaries, we didn't do any academic lectures specifically on documentary filmmaking or anything even remotely like that. What we focused on for this theme was on work habits, and mostly work habits within the US compared to work habits in Japan. And so they had 3 or 4 different academic lectures and note-taking activities based around that. Outside of the class, I made them have to watch different documentary or reality style shows, and they all were based around different jobs. For example, if you're in the US, you could have your students watch something like American Chopper or Miami Ink or Inked, any of those reality-based shows. Dog the Bounty Hunter is always a fun one, where it follows someone in their day-to-day life and work routine, but it also combines documentary elements such as interviewing them, interviewing their family, interviewing their clients and customers, things to that extent, so that you have a well-rounded documentary, basically, even if it is passing itself off as reality television. MTV's old styles, I don't even remember the name of it now. Real World, that's it, would be another such type of documentary / reality television show. And so on their own time they watched this. They analyzed what different camera angles that the various documentaries used. They could watch the shows, or let me go on, they could watch documentary movies, any Michael Moore movie. It's not in English, but Buena Vista Social Club is a great documentary for them to watch. Something such as An Inconvenient Truth, not so much, because a large portion of that is an academic lecture. So to analyze what makes a documentary, that's not so great. It's a great documentary, and my students have watched that for presentation skills and so forth, but not for this type of assignment. Okay, so they watched those documentaries. They listened to lectures on work habits, and so for their final assignment they had to create a day in the life of ... documentary. For the students' ease, I said focus on someone on campus. Would make it easier so that their schedules could coincide a lot better than if they were going to film someone off of campus. This semester we had the manager of the convenience store, a bookstore employee, a professor in the CIE, Center for International Education, one of my colleagues, 2 students, and actually the owners of a ramen shop that many students and professors often frequent. So a nice diverse range of people and professions. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me at scottduarte@education.org or email the class at iesa@education.org. A brief side note, during this summertime I'm going to try to put out, and this is going to be only through the podcast. It won't be through YouTube, and thus it won't really be able to be seen on the website, only through subscription to the podcast, behind the scenes of the students working on their various projects. The reason why I'm not going through YouTube is because YouTube, for unpaid use, it's only limited to 10 minutes of airtime. And so these behind the scenes are often an hour long. I'll probably break those down into maybe half-hour segments or so forth, but if I get really motivated, then I'll cut it into smaller chunks and put it up on YouTube. But we shall see. So look out for that. Subscribe to the podcast to get this exclusive footage of the students working behind the camera and what it takes and how long it takes and various things to that extent. So enjoy watching their final projects for the semester, and we'll be back next semester stronger than ever, working on actual podcasts where the students come up with their own themes of what they're going to shoot and probably doing a micro series of 3 episodes in their designated themes. So look out for that. September or October should be rolling out the first of the series, and we'll see you then. Thanks for sticking by us. Goodbye.